Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing my award predictions for the 2023 NFL season. That is just a week away, I think. I'm making this 2 weeks till the Chiefs-Lions kickoff on Thursday night for the Kansas City Chiefs banner reveal. So we're a week away from football. I just did my fantasy draft the other night. Not too confident in it. I'm not happy with my draft. But anyway, this season is here. So I'm going to be doing my award predictions prior to the season starting. I'm just going to go over MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, Coach of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year. Those are the standard awards. And I'm going to start with MVP. Coming in third this year, I have Josh Allen in third place. I think the Bills are going to be good. I think they win the NFC or AFC East. He's got the rushing potential, which is going to give him a lot of numbers. I mean, Josh Allen, he's going to be there. I think he has a better season than last year. I know a lot of people are kind of dogging on him for his turnovers last season. I think they get better. I think the Bills get better as well. And I think they're going to be the 2 seed or the 1 seed. They actually could have gotten the 1 seed last year. I know the whole thing happened with the Bengals. That game stopped, which kind of eliminated them from the 1 seed. But I have Josh Allen coming in third this season. In second, I have Tyreek Hill. I wanted to put a wide receiver because I think Tyreek Hill is going to go off this season. He was on pace for 2,000 yards, I think, with Tua healthy last season. I think he's going to have an incredible season, even better season than last year. Somewhat does need Tua to stay healthy, which is unfortunate that he kind of depends on another position's health. But I still think he has the best season of a wide receiver. But because the MVP is a quarterback award, he's not going to win it. But I do have him coming in second, which I think Justin Jefferson, I think he took third this year in it. I can't remember what the final thing was, but I think Tyreek Hill is going to have an incredible season. So I'm going to have him coming in second. And in first place, I hate to do it, but I do have Patrick Mahomes winning it. I think they're going to get the 1 seed. I just don't see, I mean, he's going to have 5,000 pass yards, 50 passing touchdowns, or whatever, like 45 passing touchdowns. Barely any picks. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to put up the passing numbers, which is kind of what you need for this award. You need the passing numbers. He's going to stay healthy. Most likely, I mean, last year he was healthy. He played every game. They're going to be a top 2 seed, I believe. I don't think the Chargers are knocking them off in the West this season. But Patrick Mahomes, so I would assume is the heavy favorite to win the award. I didn't look at any betting odds for this. I just went off of what I think is going to happen. But I'm 99% sure Patrick Mahomes is the on-odds favorite to win MVP. And that's who I have winning this year. All right, next up we have Defensive Player of the Year. I actually really like this award. I think for the most part it goes to the most deserving player. Although this award's kind of turning into an edge rusher award. It's really difficult for a defensive back to win this. I think the last one to do so was 2018 when Stephon Gilmore won it. I think the last couple have been edge rushers. Really, the last decade has been dominated by edge rushers for this award. As you see the passing value, like wide receivers, quarterbacks, goes up, and the more pass plays, the more they value the edge rushers that are the ones pursuing the quarterback and sacking them. It's pretty much an edge rusher award. So for my top 3, I have all 3 edge rushers. But in number 3, I have Matthew Judon, who I think was kind of underrated last season. I don't think it really matters on the seeding of the team, although I think the Patriots have a better season. I think Judon has a better season. And I'm not expecting Bosa to have close to 20 sacks again. So I'm going to have Judon in third, which he might have taken. I don't remember what he took last year in it, but he was in the running. He was never going to win it, but I do think he was underrated. In second, I have TJ Watt. It was really hard to not put TJ in first. I mean, he's a sack machine. I'm pretty sure he was close to breaking the all-time record 2 years ago. He wasn't that healthy last season. If it wasn't for the person in first, I would have him in first, but obviously I'd have him in first if it wasn't for that guy. But I do have TJ coming in second for Defensive Player of the Year. And I mean, he could very well win it. Not sure on the odds, but I think TJ would have to be top 2 in Defensive Player of the Year odds. But the guy of number 1 is Micah Parsons. A lot of it is because he plays for the Cowboys and he hasn't won it before and he's young. It's kind of like the perfect story for the NFL. They would make so much money if Micah Parsons won this award. But also Micah Parsons is a freak. He's so good. I just see him winning it this year. What's his third NFL season? I don't see anybody stopping him. Maybe if the Cowboys aren't winning games and Dak gets hurt or something happens and they're like 5-6 and they don't want to give it to a 7 seed, actually like a non-playoff team. I don't see that happening. I feel like the Cowboys are going to compete for the NFC East. I have them beating the Eagles out for the NFC East, so I have them getting a 2 seed or a 1 seed. But Micah Parsons is my defensive player of the year for this season. All right, so next is offensive player of the year, and I think this one was the hardest one to make. Just because since the MVP is turning into a quarterback award, I don't think they're going to give offensive player of the year to a quarterback anymore. Or at least not this season, especially with the emergence of wide receivers. But coming in third, I do have Jalen Hurts. I just think his rushing ability, he's going to put up a lot of rushing stats. The Eagles are going to be good. He's going to be an efficient player. I just think he's going to get some votes for offensive player of the year. I think last year he finished like third or something. I don't have Hurts winning the MVP just because he's not going to have the passing stats to match Mahomes and Allen and Burrow and the other quarterbacks. So I have him coming in third. Second, I have Justin Jefferson, which he just came off one of the best seasons ever by a wide receiver. They just let go of Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook, so you would imagine he's going to get more targets and more touches per game. I guess that's true. They did add Jordan Addison, so he's going to steal some more than Thielen did. Hawkinson will get some. But I have him coming in second, only to Tyreek Hill, who I mentioned earlier. I think he's going to have the best season of any wide receiver, which, to me, in my opinion, that's deserving of Offensive Player of the Year. I just don't see a running back getting it. I think the only guy that could get it is Christian McCaffrey. Because, one, he's the best running back in the NFL. He's got the receiving, he's got the rushing, and I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns on the 49ers team. But I don't think he plays 17 games or even 15 games, which is why I don't have him on here. I just think Tyreek Hill is going to have an incredible season. So I have him winning Offensive Player of the Year this season. All right, on to Offensive Rookie of the Year. These ones are really fun. I actually really liked doing the rookie ones. But coming in third for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. I really don't think a wide receiver is going to win this award just because the wide receivers, there really wasn't a stud wide receiver drafted. They weren't drafted until the late 20s. And almost all of the wide receivers aren't their number one on their team, like what Jamar Chase had when he was drafted at 5 or Jalen Waddle when he was drafted at 6. But Jahmyr Gibbs, I have coming in third place. I think he's just going to get a lot of touches. They invested a high draft pick into him. He's going to get the receiving numbers. He's going to get catches, receiving yards. He's going to score a lot, I think. I think they're going to force him the ball. Rookie running backs come out of college ready to go in the NFL. It's like the only position where they're drafted ready. They're NFL ready at the draft for a lot of these running backs, and I think he's going to produce big numbers this season. But I'm going to have him coming in third. Coming in second, and he's the only quarterback I have on this list, is Bryce Young. I just think the Panthers are the best position for a rookie. I don't think Stroud's going to have much success just because the Texans roster is kind of ass. Like that offense is terrible. He's got like Nico Collins as his wide receiver 1 or something. So I think Bryce Young's going to have the most success, and the Panthers aren't in the best division. I'm not saying the Texans are, they obviously aren't, but I just think he has the best chance. And a quarterback. Like, it's easier for a quarterback to be on here. They don't come in NFL ready, but if the Panthers somehow win the South, which I think there's a good chance they do, I think this award would go to him because I can't think of anybody else on that offense that could carry them to that. I think he's going to be the best quarterback this season of the rookies, and I just think that's going to be enough to get him at least a second place vote. But then Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think it's pretty unanimous, is Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to be stud. I wanted him in fantasy. I would assume everybody does in the late first round. He's going to be a beast. He's going to come. He's already top 10 back. I know there's a lot of people saying, how could you vote somebody top 10 back? They haven't played it down in the NFL. He's already top 10. I would take him over a lot of guys, and that's just because he's the running back. These other guys have already taken hundreds of hits more than he has. They've run thousands of yards more. They're older. It's just the nature of the position, but I think he's going to produce. I think he's going to be their number one guy immediately on day one in week one, and I just don't see him not getting this award. I think this might be like the biggest lock of all time, unless he gets hurt. Barring any injury, this is like the biggest lock for Offensive Rookie of the Year I can think of. All right, continuing the rookie awards, we got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Once again, I really enjoyed this one. Defense was pretty much the heavy drafted early in the draft. Like I mentioned, there weren't any wide receivers picked really high this year. There's 2 running backs, no wide receivers in the top 20. Really heavy on defense. So this is going to be a really tough award to win. I really think there's a ton of guys you could have picked. I'm already going to say honorable mention was Christian Gonzalez. I had him out of this. Couple of line, there was a lot of them to pick from, but I only went with 3. So coming in third, I have Tyree Wilson on the Raiders. Once again, I think this is going to be easier for a defense of linemen to win this award, especially an edge rusher. Tyree Wilson picked number 7 overall. I just think he's going to have a sneaky good year. I don't think any of the corners are going to go off. Like, I just don't see Emmanuel Forbes or any other guys really having themselves a crazy year enough to put him ahead of Tyree Wilson. I did struggle to not have Christian Gonzalez on here. But that's a tough division to play corner, especially as a rookie. You're going to have Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle. 8 or 6 games of the season, that's tough. But so I have Tyree Wilson in third. In second, I have Jalen Carter. If Jalen Carter didn't get drafted to an already stacked defensive line, I'd have him winning this award pretty easily. It's just he's not going to play as much as Will Anderson and... spoiled it. I got Will Anderson winning this award, but I'm going to talk about Jalen Carter first. I just don't think he's going to get the snap volume that Will Anderson will. And that's just because the Eagles already have just insane defense. Like, he's going to be sharing time with Jordan Davis, first round pick last year, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, he was just drafted with, Brandon Graham, Milton Williams. Like, they just have a ton of defensive linemen, especially defensive tackle. I think they have 7 defensive tackles they kept on their roster. He's certainly going to take some time from Fletcher Cox, which is what the plan is, but he's just not going to get the time, the volume, or the snaps. But he, I think, is the best defensive player in this draft. It's also his defensive tackle. So I just don't see him winning it. But I have Will Anderson winning this. He's on a bad Texans team. I just think, I think he's going to lead the rookies in sacks, which I think is enough to get you this award, especially in 2023, when it is looked at how many sacks do you have. And I think he's going to have the most on a bad... I mean, the Texans are bad. I just think it's going to be about just Will Anderson this season on that defense. And I think he ends up with the most sacks. So that's my Defensive Rookie of the Year. For Coach of the Year, I looked at the new hires, because this award really doesn't go to the best coach. It goes to like a new coach who had a pretty good season. I know last year it was Doug Peterson, who's not a new coach, but it was his first year on the Jags, first year in 2 seasons coaching. Took second, I believe, and then Brian Dable won. And Brian Dable, like, their Giants team wasn't the best. They were barely above 500, where they're like 9-8. And he won the award. So once again, it doesn't go to the best coach. So I went with Sean Payton. I'm going to stop beating around the bush. I went with Sean Payton just because out of the new hires, I sort of wanted to pick Frank Reich. But I don't think the Colts are in a good situation right now, especially with the Jonathan Taylor thing. So I went with Sean Payton. I just think Denver has a better season. It's easy for them to have a way better season. And Sean Payton's going to get a lot of the credit. They're going to be like, look at how much better the Broncos are, and all they did was just change coaches. And I still don't even think they made the playoffs. I think they maybe win like 8 games, but it's an improvement. I think they look better, and Sean Payton's going to get the credit. And it's like the perfect story for the NFL. Sean Payton came back with Russell Wilson, 2 Hall of Famers, and yada, yada, yada. So I got Sean Payton winning this award. And then Comeback Player of the Year. I guess I'll do this one. It's going to be DeMar Hamlin. For this one, I did look at the odds because I was like, I wonder who they have for this one. And DeMar Hamlin was heavy favorites for this, and he barely made the 53-man. I did see that the NFL posted it like it was news. He made the 53-man roster. He's going to win it. Like I've been saying, it's perfect for the NFL. You're going to have Damar Hamlin win. You're going to sell more jerseys. You're going to get more views, more posts. But it is insane that he's coming back to football. Yeah, he deserves it. I'm not going to argue that. Give it to him. Just for showing up after that is pretty crazy. So he's deserving of it. But it's like, on paper, he's not going to do anything. I don't even think he's the backup. He'll probably get a couple snaps a game if they're blowing them out, which the Bills can. So the Bills are going to blow some people out. But Damar Hamlin's my comeback player of the year. And that's going to wrap up my 2023 award predictions. Let me know down in the comments who you guys think are going to win each award. And whatever ones you disagreed with me, I'm free to discuss in the comments below. But the NFL season is here. This is going to be one of my last videos before the season. I absolutely cannot wait for this upcoming season. And I can't wait to spend the season with you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.